What's happening, YouTube? Quick vid. For anybody that's willing to listen and who wants a little bit of perspective on a PS5. If you want a really top-notch video, go to IGN, go to GameSpot, go to Gaming Bolt. There are plenty of YouTubers out there with green screens and computer graphics. You ain't getting that here. Probably never. What you will get here is just some common sense viewpoints, some perspective, human perspective, you know, not a journalist perspective. I got a PS5. Everybody's making a review. Everybody's got something to say on the product. What do I have to say on a product? Different strokes for different folks. And what I mean by that is, everybody's use of something is different. So I bought this PS5 for my son for Christmas. Early Christmas gift. It says only Christmas gift. And obviously he didn't want to wait until Christmas, so he wanted to open it now. And so we are using our PS5. And here it is. In the gigantic nature of this behemoth, I gotta hide it behind my TV screen. That's the only place. So let's work with some quick things. Size of this PS5. I don't know if they've done videos on this, on the size of this thing and consoles, but here's my TV. And the PS5, I couldn't fit it there. I probably could, but I was afraid it was going to sit off the edge, and it would look horrible on the side of the television, because it would take away from the screen. So same thing there. It wouldn't fit in my console, even if I laid the bitch down. Actually, to be honest, if I laid it down with the base at the bottom, I would have roughly an inch on either side, and then I don't like that idea because it would get hot in there. And I think, you know, if you have a nice console, you want it to breathe properly. Like, I don't even like having my receiver in there. But occasionally I'll pull the receiver out and I'll give it a blow. Oh, I just said that, but I didn't mean it that way. But I will air it out with an air can. So back to the PS5 though. So, the thing is behemoth. It's massive. But I feel like it fits perfectly behind my television. I got ample room behind there. He's got plenty of space to breathe and vent himself out, so there's no worries. They give you your charge cord. Here's your PS5 controller. This controller is a game changer. You know, these systems, they get a little more powerful, they get more spec, they get more RAM, they get hard drive space is always an issue. But this controller is proper next gen. And let me give you some points, not pointers. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is I didn't need to buy this PS5. I really didn't. And I'll tell you why I didn't. Because the first 2 years, I sound like a hypocrite because I bought one. And somebody else that really wanted one could have bought it. And I would say a good majority of those people are putting it on eBay. And as you can see, I didn't put mine on eBay. I bought it for my son. My son adores it. But my son doesn't play Demon's Souls. I do. So I got Demon's Souls, and I got Cyberpunk 2077 in the works. But from what I gather, Cyberpunk 2077 will not have a PS5 update until 2021. So there goes my PS5 Cyberpunk. You have a PS4 Cyberpunk. Cool. The first 2 years of a console's life cycle is held back by the previous generation. I was pointing down there because my PS4 was down here. It's actually down in the basement now. So, if you're buying a PS5 and you're expecting to be blown away, you're expecting to be wowed and mystified by it, yeah, Demon's Souls will do that to you. Is it, I tell you what, is it head and shoulders over anything else you've ever seen? No. Because I will say God of War on the PS4 Pro looks almost every bit as good as Demon's Souls. The game changers with the PS5 to me are load times. Load times are incredible. And I'll say it again, this damn controller is incredible. When you do get your hands on a PS5, and if you have a PS5, you know what I'm talking about. This thing, you know, we all want a nice controller. And when I seen the controller at first, I wasn't like, I'm like, all right, let's see what this haptic feedback does and all this. So this shit is nuts. This is a game changer for gaming. This controller, Astrobot, with this controller was basically its demo. insane. I can only imagine as we finally start to move into the console generation and we stay solidified in the PS5 era and we're not held back by the PS4. And the same goes for the Xbox. What is it? Xbox Series X. And don't get me on. Xbox has too many Xboxes. I don't know. Xbox this, Xbox that. Too many Xboxes. I don't understand their labeling. But the first 2 years of a console's life cycle is held back. It's held back by all the current. They got an install base over 100 million people on the PS4. They're not going to walk away from that install base. So every damn game's going to be held back. There's only going to be incremental betterment on it. Load times will be better. But this controller is a game changer. I wish I can explain better because I'm like rambling and I'm not explaining myself well. But the haptic feedback of the triggers are amazing. The sound is amazing. The rumble is amazing. If there's a section in Astrobot, there's many a section on it. There's one specific section that blew my mind where it's raining in Astrobot. And they're mimicking not heavy rain, Death Stranding. And the acid rain and Death Stranding. And you can actually feel this controller slightly pulsate in a certain specific manner where it actually feels like rain. It's not wet. I know it's not wet. But what I'm getting at is rain has a tempo. It has a rhythm to it. It has a beat. It's nuts. It is nuts what they can do with this damn controller and what they have done with this piece of machinery. But and that being said, this scares me, this controller, because this thing is $70 out of whack. All these doodads in here, man, scare the shit out of me. How long before this thing starts giving me an issue? I don't know. I pray to God it's a long time from now. But I would hate 2 years from now, a controller's on the fritz and it's going to cost you $70. It's like when you get a new car, and the more they make these cars computerized and all these new things and gadgets, all it is more expensive repairs in the future. So that being said, that's the controller, that's the system, load times, that's it in a nutshell. Oh, before I forget, one other thing. I'm not sure, they might call it the Tempest engine, maybe I'm wrong, forgive me if I am. If you want to troll, go troll somewhere else, go under a bridge, dick. I believe it's a Tempest 3D audio engine on this system. Okay, now hear me out quickly. I had a PS3. I've played PS3 games through a surround sound. I played PS3 games where my headphones are. I don't know, but there's my VR. I have the Pulse headset right here. So here's my wireless Pulse headset. I got this from my Grand Theft Auto 5 for my PS3. I've been using the same headset all those years. They work great. The PS3, and you can look this up on your own, but I know Mark Cerny just said it, and I knew. Sometimes you can know something, but you don't know what you know. You don't know how to explain yourself. I played a bunch of PS3 games, and I heard a lot of PS3 games on surround sound. Sounded incredible. I was never blown away by the surround sound on a PS4. I always felt something was lackluster. And I couldn't figure out why. I just thought to myself like the developer was skimping out on the surround sound. Mark Cerny made a point that this new PS5, the Tempest 3D audio engine, they're really focusing on sound audio. Amazing. I can't say it enough. The surround sound on this system is like, it's amazing. It is amazing, and it's such a game changer, and it's so noticeable from the first moment you use surround sound on this or your Pulse headset. So there you go, in a nutshell. It's awesome, but if you don't have it now, don't worry about it, because there's really not much to play right now. But when you do get it, you'll appreciate it.